Well, the two at the top of the board who have separated themselves are Chez Reavie and Keegan Bradley. So zoom out real quick here. We've got Keegan at 21 under, Chez Reavie at 20, and then Patrick Cantlay at 16. That's the top three. A couple guys at 15 under par, like Ricky Fowler, Denny McCarthy, and Adam Scott. But it is very much of a separated leaderboard here. Let's start with Chez. Fires another 63. Now 2 in a row. The only blemish on that card, Greg, was 16, where he makes a bogey. That's the par 3, but he gets it back at 18. This is obviously a very good course for Chez. He won this event a couple of years ago. And when you get him at a place where he is not getting lapped by the field off the tee and he can contend, fire away, because he's been playing great golf as well.
Yes. Leading in, before I get to that, when he won this event, do you know who was in the final pair with him?
Oh, God. Was it Keegan?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was Keegan in 2019. So Keegan came and tied second. Chez went in with a 6-shot lead, but Keegan was in the final pair. So we're going to get a repeat of that, which is kind of fun. But you look at what Chez did today, and it's Chez golf. It's very steady, hitting fairways, hitting greens. But what leads to that 63 is he made some great putts. I mean, made a 24-footer at number 1, a 22-footer at number 8, and then a couple of nice kind of mid-range putts as well. 15, 16, and 17 kind of was a little bit of a tough stretch for him, where it looked like Keegan was going to really separate himself. He drove it on the green at 15. One of only 4 players to do that today, and then 3-putted. And that was not an easy 2-putt, so I don't really discredit him on that one. But he'd like to make a birdie there. And then at 16, hits it over the green and was just dead. He was in the rough back there with such a severe downslope and obviously water on the other side. He didn't really have much. And then hit it left again at 17 too. So which it was long left at 16, and then he hits his tee shot left at 17 and kind of gets a nice break and is able to make par. But Chez looks really strong, especially with the putter. We'll get to Keegan, I know, but Chez is doing a lot of his work on the greens right now. He's gained over 9 shots so far this week, just on the greens. And I wonder if that's a hard thing to, continue.
Not only is he first in the field in putting, but he's first by 2 full strokes putting to Minwoo and Keegan. So it's a lot, and he's a very good putter. He's gained strokes putting and multiple strokes putting in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of his last 8. So, I mean, he's a very good putter, but that's a lot. It's a lot to continue to roll in. Keegan Bradley is our leader. Keegan Bradley fired a 6 under 64. So he's gone 62, 63, 64. 65 probably gets it done. Bogey free around TPC River Highlands on Saturday. And this is just the full-on engaged Keegan like we always get. But, oh, by the way, let me putt my brains out.
Yeah, and he is putting really well. I mean, he had even some more opportunities in the 64. I mean, he missed 3 putts in that 12-foot range.
The late one, 17 or 18.
Yeah, on 17. That one was from 7 feet.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm not expecting you to make all 3 of those 12-footers, but by any stretch, but they're opportunities, and you don't get any of them there. So the point is, it could have been a lot lower. And I think that highlights how well he hit the ball today. I mean, he stuffed it at 2 and 4 and 16 and 17. It was a really, really nice round of golf for Keegan Bradley today. And you're right, Rick, he is fully in the zone. And the other cool thing about his putting, even though he's 3rd for the week, he's also 2nd tee to green, which is a great combo. And on the greens this year, this is his best putting season since the anchor ban. So it seems like he's really figured something out in that department, and it's working right now. And I feel like there's a lot of staying power the way that he's playing right now. I mean, he's also leading the field in strokes gained approach for the week. It's really good stuff all the way around for Keegan.
Yeah, I think he probably gets it done. I mean, it's likely that it's either him or Chez, barring something going completely awry, or Patrick Cantlay shooting a 60 or something like that. But I think the Keegan winning resume is not celebrated enough. I mean, there's not a lot of guys in general who have 5 PGA Tour wins. There's not. There's also not a lot of guys that of those 5 wins, one of them is a major, one is a WGC, one is a playoff event, and one is the Zozo Championship, which is like a de facto WGC, right? 78 players, stacked field. Like those are 4 very, very good wins. And I feel like that does not get the credit it deserves because Keegan's kind of a weird guy and he's on Team No Putt and yada, yada, yada.
Well, it's also happened over a long period of time.
True.
You know, and I think that that definitely plays a role because it's like you kind of disappear for a little bit and you disappear at a time when you have 3 wins and, you know, your first ever major is a win. He was 1-0 in majors. That's crazy.
Sick.
Right. And then, you know, is it validated? And I think in Keegan's career, it definitely has been validated, but it loses its luster over time when there's some years of struggle. And I really feel for him too, because that struggle is so plainly pointed at a rule change, which is, I don't know if anybody was hurt more than Keegan Bradley.
Because like if that rule change happens like 10 years later, who knows what he's done.
Right. I mean, if it happens 10 years earlier, he probably figures out a way.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, doesn't even play the PGA Tour. I don't know.
He never makes it, right?
Yeah. He's probably good enough to make it. But you never know how that affects things. Yeah. So it's really challenging. And I do think that it's a little unfair. But now that he's figured out this putting, he's a gamer. And I know he takes some heat for the, you know, jittery start, but I think it's so intense. I love the intensity.
I love it too. I mean, it's definitely different, but I love it. And,
yes.
And he flips the club around and he steps in, he steps out, he steps in, he steps out.
It makes it feels big to me when I watch him.
Every shot Thursday morning for 10th tee at 6:45 a.m. Keegan is playing a major championship.
Yeah. And when he's in contention and that's what you're watching, makes it feel really, really important. And it doesn't feel long to me, you know, like Patrick Cantlay gets roasted for his pace of play. Yeah. And when you watch him, it looks like it's taking a long time. It doesn't look intense. And when there's that intensity, it adds drama for me. So I'm a fan, always have been. And I think he's ready to hold the trophy in New England.